Good afternoon, game changers, on a Sunday, beautiful Houston afternoon. I'm here today because I have a confession and I have two challenges. The confession is brought on because of an amazing sermon I heard this morning that convicted me about the movement and how I've sold it short. And I can't do that again. I can't continue that pattern. I must stop in my tracks and confess that I have not given you the full breadth of what this movement has the potential to be. So this afternoon, I'm going to take a few minutes and break it down. So let me start with who I am. I am a clinical psychologist and a daughter, disciple, messenger, servant, and vessel of the Most High God. And between my psychology and my intimacy with God, I have learned a few things in my 30 plus years of ministry. And one of the things I've learned is how to reach young people. I have been able to connect. I have been able to teach. I have been able to lead young people effectively if and when their parents brought them to my office, or if and when they were committed enough to take an Uber to my office so they could sit on my sofa and dialogue with me about the deepest, most intimate concerns and fears and questions of their heart. The only time, I'm going to say it one more, the only time I have not been effective with young people, whether they be adolescents or young adults, is when their parents stopped bringing them to their appointments. Let me say that again. That's the only time I've not been effective in my work with young people. Now, don't get me wrong. Effective doesn't mean I've converted them. Effective doesn't mean I have beat them into a position of submission to my will and my thinking and my desires. But I have been able to effectively lead them to think and analyze and consider their choices in the face of truth, delivered graciously. And that's amazing. And I saw it again on Saturday with the second session of the Youth Challenge with the youth who came to the session. They are part of the reason that I knew I had to come back to you and confess sort of kind of my sins, because I don't want you to think it's all about me, but I don't want you to think it's not about the young people and their wisdom and their openness and their desire to figure out their lives. The Bible tells us, raise up a child the way they should go, and when they are old. We were all young. We didn't all get our acts together in the first 15 years of life. But if we can raise up our young people effectively when they are old, they will not depart. The problem, the key is effectiveness. And that's what I bring to the table. I know how to do this. I know the potential that lies within this movement. But you have to make the commitment, and you have to be willing to collaborate with other game changers. And that takes me to my two challenges. The first challenge is make a commitment. Decide, carve out the time, get the material, get the training through me on YouTube about how to effectively walk youth through the 5-week Super Sunday to learn who they are, who God is, and to get answers to the questions that they so desperately need, that the culture will gladly answer if we stand by and do nothing. So make the commitment. And here's my commitment for your commitment. For the first 10 people who decide to take on the Super Sunday Challenge with a group of youth, between 5 and 10 youth. You don't have to bring this to your whole your whole church body of youth. You don't have to bring this to all the kids in the neighborhood. Start with 5 to 10 and pilot and see if what I say rings true for your experiences with the youth when you teach and lead them effectively. That's the key. For those of you, the first 10 who will make that commitment to the Super Sunday Challenge beginning November 20th for 5 weeks, for every book you buy, I will donate a second book. That's my commitment, because I know when you do it right, it will be effective and you will see the transformation before your eyes. I know it. I've seen it. I've not only seen it 2 weeks in a row, but I've seen it every time I've had an opportunity to consistently work with teenagers and young adults. And hear me, 5 sessions, 5 weeks is a lot of time when you do it effectively. So the first challenge is to make the commitment for yourself with the youth or young adults whose lives you touch. Number 2 challenge. I would like each of you who's a member, a Game Changer member of my Facebook group, to invite one more member to join. Don't keep this to yourself. Don't hide it under a bushel. Let your light shine. Let my light shine. Let the movement's light shine. Surrender or Explode is real and powerful. But if people don't know about it, they can't participate. They can't engage. They cannot collaborate. And commitment and collaboration are 2 of my 4 C's that lead to effective leadership and teaching. So my confession is, ladies and gentlemen, this is big and it has the potential to be transformative. And my 2 challenges are: commit. I'll meet you in the middle. And I will roll out the blueprint for you to know how to do it effectively. I've done this for more than 30 years. I can teach, I can train, I can share, I can demonstrate. But number 2, invite some other game changers to find out what's going on with the Surrender or Explode movement. I'd like to double my Facebook group size. And if each one of you invites one more person, we can double it exponentially. And if you invite them and they invite someone else, this group, this movement can blow up and our youth can have transformation in front of them. So let me share one takeaway from the group this week. We talked about who is God, and we asked the question, is he your boss? Not from a place of judgment, not from a place of pressure, not from a place of we're smarter than you, we're better than you, but from simply a place of self-reflection. And one of the participants in the group openly admitted that God was not the boss in that person's life. And the group did not judge, did not condemn, did not reject. And the person said, I feel so accepted, even though my attitudes and my opinions are not the majority. And we did that as a group. The young people did that as a group. And I don't know what's going to come out of the next session. I have my expectations. I am excited because I know what I've seen with my own eyes. So I'm here this afternoon to confess I have played this movement down, and that stops today. But I'm also here to challenge the game changers in this Facebook group who know other game changers. Let's double the size of the group and let's make a commitment to start our own Super Sunday event where we are with 5 to 10 youth. And I will donate one of my books for every book you purchase. That's my commitment. So think about it, but don't think long. November 20th is right around the corner. Go to my YouTube channel. You will see what I'm up to. I will show you the steps to take to have an effective Super Sunday. And then you will be able to see with your own eyes, like I have seen, what the results will be. And then you can decide how big would you like to have the movement in the lives of the youth that you love and that you touch. So have a great Sunday. Go Astros. And I want to see the comments, and I want to see the sharing, and I want to see the results of my challenges. The first 10, I will donate one book for every book you purchase. Have a great Sunday.